Glad to have you with us from Stillwater, Oklahoma, Boone Pickens Stadium. It's the Arizona Wildcats and the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline.
Guys, the Cowboys head coach told me before the game, focus is going to be essential. Play by play. He understands completely that they have a big opponent coming in here next week, top 25. But this opponent in front of them today is not to be taken lightly. He wants to make sure his players are looking at them and understanding they have quality players too, and not look ahead to next week. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. The Cowboys offense who will have the football first. And after that performance last week, Jesse, it'll be interesting to see if they can get the big tight end as involved as he was a week ago.
He really did. He was good out in the field. He was good down near the red zone. He's a matchup problem that you know this quarterback is going to be trying to find early in this game. The defense has to have a plan for him, David. It'll be interesting to see how they try to defend him.
Well, and that's the problem. It's so hard when your best playmaker is a tight end to plan for him, because how you treat him is everything, and they can still run the football with him, and they can still throw it to him, and he's just a nightmare matchup. And you want to slow him down, like make some of those easy touches a little bit harder for him, but you know he's going to get his.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Follows his blocks. It's Hawkins. Pass to 6. Oh, he's got some space. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. The Cowboys have it with a 1st and 10. Sells the run, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the 1st down. Now the offense trying to operate in the red zone. They believe they can run right here. There's some room. They use the sideline and get him out of bounds right at the 9. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll ride him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big 3rd down in the red zone. Push is ahead. Pulled down there, but they'll move the sticks, and it's a 1st down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to throw, and they've got to go a long way. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on 2nd down. They're likely going to throw it again.
Caught, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off.
He'll bring it out. It's Ross. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Wildcats offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And here's the sophomore quarterback who will be at the controls in this one. They were all over him for the entire game last time out. 3 sacks and a couple of picks. Sells the run, looking to pass. Here comes the heat. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Dropping back, it's Anderson. Finds his tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowpoke faithful bringing it on third down. Left side is Richardson. They'll mark it down, and that'll be enough for an Arizona first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking for space. It's Warren. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Right back to it. Not a lot of daylight. He gets 1 to the 32.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for it all. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arizona.
Well, we know, David, talking to the coaches before the game, they wanted to get this guy involved. Weren't able to do it early, but they saw the matchup, took advantage of his speed, and it's a long touchdown.
Yeah, and sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what the defense is doing, but then now you figure it out, and now you go to your go-to guy. He has all the speed, man. He can win outside. You want to play man-to-man coverage on him? You want to leave him on an island? It's not going to turn out well.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finished things off with a big play, 68 yards on the touchdown pass. Coming out with it, it's Graham. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Oklahoma State hoping to get the Pistols firing on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David. Going to take a shot. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. From the gun, he'll try to throw. Gets rid of it. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Right side, it's Coleman. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. And the Cowboys getting set on 1st and 10. Running inside, it's Hawkins. Across the 45. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
In most offenses, man, it's about controlling the line of scrimmage, getting the run game going. And when you got a back that's averaging over 5 yards a touch, like, I'm not great at math, guys, but every 2 touches I'm getting a first down, I'd say the offense would be in a really good position all game long.
Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. And off to Jones. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere, and sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
The Cowboys come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. From the red zone, it's Jones. Got some room in to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. Anderson wants to throw. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys.
Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Arizona.
When you can run like that, the quarterback is going to give you opportunities. And look at him run by the defenders. QB sees it, stick the hand up in the air, catch the football, get to the end zone.
Extra point here will tie the game. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Using his legs, it's Hawkins. He gets it past the 25-yard line and finally knocked out of bounds at the 27. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. Kept it on the ground. Now they'll throw. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a catch. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. And the Cowboys, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. The run inside. It's Hawkins.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
He's stopping. He's got enough to move the chain.
When I go into every game, I want to get my running back going. I want to get the ground game going, and he has. This afternoon, over 100 yards now, showed you a little bit of everything in the run game, and that's why this offense has been hungry.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. The Cowboys go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. It's caught in the end zone. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, the score is now 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. They'll try to answer that last score with one of their own. A chance here to tie the game with a touchdown drive. Anderson will throw. Fires to the wideout. Out wide left, it's Richardson. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. Arizona right back to the line.
I know one of the things this offense takes a lot of pride in the passing game is they feel like they can attack every area of the field. They have success when they throw it outside, but they're really good throwing to the middle of the field too. Quarterback has confidence. There's really good timing in this passing game, and you saw it right there between the QB and his intended target, getting that big catch.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Richardson. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down. And the Wildcats come to the line with a new set of downs. On the ground, it's Warren. Stopped behind the line, he'll lose a yard. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, gonna throw it. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
They'll run the screen. They'll stop him just outside the 30 at the 31-yard line. That's not enough for the first down, and now they have a decision to make. The Wildcats will try to move the chains on 4th down. Looking for the marker. And he's brought down, but he picks up the first down, and the gamble pays off. And the Wildcats kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Warren. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. Running a screen on an early down, you might think you'd really catch them trying to be aggressive in a pass rush or something, but the defense had the answer that time. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Nudges ahead for one out to the 16.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Wants to go up top on 2nd down. That's caught. It's Young. Steps out of bounds across the 25. They'll mark it at the 26, and a good pickup for this offense here. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Fresh set of downs going up top. Bought a little time, lets it go. He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Short pass.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hit.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Plowing ahead on 4th down. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And I like this. I like aggressiveness, especially early in ball games. Set the tone. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to play 4-down football. Nowadays, it makes a lot of sense. You see it with analytics. Go for it, even if it's in your own territory.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating.
Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20. Caught in the backfield. It's Ross. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. The Wildcats now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. deafening in here. The paddle people going to work. Third down and a big one for the Cowpokes. Anderson wants to throw. And he gets rid of it.
Well, the defense finally has figured it out. That was critical for their confidence because they had been scored on earlier. They'd given up a ton of yards. I think they understood the gravity of the situation. Third down, that was critical for them to get off the field, build momentum, build some confidence. Nice job that time by the defense.
Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Guys, here on the Cowboys sideline, there is so much energy down here on the sideline. This running back has been on fire.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The Cowboys will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Back to pass on second down. Oh, pressure's coming. He's got it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Timeout taken now by Oklahoma State. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Finds a man in the middle. He's down at the 25-yard line, waning moments of the first half. It is a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Man, it's nice to have a quarterback that just does that, man. Just effortlessly picks up chunks of yards and then smartly gets out of bounds. But this whole offense, man, everybody's a threat.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Cowboy! And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Quick give. It's Warren. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. Clock's still running. Almost certainly the last play of the half. And we are headed to halftime. Both squads headed into the locker room to make some adjustments. Gives us an opportunity to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football Studio Update.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. We begin with the UNLV Rebels taking on the James Madison Dukes. And it's UNLV engaging in some real trench warfare today. Inches are hard to come by, let alone first downs. A tight tactical game where just about anything could happen. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football. We shift our attention back to our game here in Boone. Through 2 quarters today, we've seen these 2 passing attacks just pick apart these defenses. Short throws, intermediate throws, even a few deep completions. An aerial exhibition so far. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Boone Pickens Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day. On the snap, it's Richardson. Oh, and he's going backwards. Defense not fooled at all by the Wildcats. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He gets a block. Working the sidelines, Holly Rowe. What do you have, Holly?
Checking in from the Oklahoma State sideline. There is a lot of excitement right now on the sideline. I see their quarterback going up to guys and saying, let's keep eating. This is what they expected from him, and he has gotten them off to a terrific start. They've got the lead, and he has performed well. No big surprise. He is their guy, and he is showing that leadership down here today. Guys?
All right, Holly. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Ready to fire from the pistol. On the run, it's Hawkins. Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Turns it on in midfield. Turning on the Jets. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. He got loose and it was lights out after that. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
And you got to love seeing that if you're the head coach of this team, right? You always want to see your team start fast early in games and then also start fast at the beginning of the third quarter. You had a big lead. You take the ball right away here in the second half. You drive it down the field, and you score. This offense has been dialed in right from the get-go. It's been very impressive to watch.
The Arizona offense coming onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. Anderson will throw. Picked off. A turnover in their own end. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. The defense takes matters into its own hands. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it and make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And the missed connection on 3rd down. Arizona runs out the punt team.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Holly, what update do you have for us?
Guys, here on the Cowboys sideline, there is so much enthusiasm on the sideline right now. This running back has been brilliant today. Over 200 yards rushing, and he continues to run strong. The coaches told us he gets stronger as the game goes on. We'll see how much longer they keep him out there. With a big lead, he has been brilliant so far today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Plows through the defense. Is that stiff arm even a human arm? It looks like some type of steel bludgeoning device on his way to the first down. They'll go to the counter. Breaks into the open. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. And this beatdown is close to completion as we've reached the end of 3. Let's take a look at how we got here. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hawkins. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run. On third and long, he has to throw for it. Out wide right, it's Young.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. They give it back to him. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
A really good play by this defense, seeing it, attacking it, going and getting it. Obviously, they're running the RPO. They weren't fooled. They played the run, came up, made a nice tackle, got the running back on the ground.
And the Cowboys back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably would quit. You'd probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game. But I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
There to make the stop, and boy, does he love to try that spin move. Only got him 6 that time. With the clock running, this should be the final play. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very, very impressive.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. There is no more picturesque stadium in all of sports than the Rose Bowl. It's the Northwestern Wildcats and the UCLA Bruins. Reese Davis, Dave Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Holly Rowe on the sideline.
Hey guys, checking in with the Bruins head coach before the game. This is essential for both teams in the conference standings. While they have done well so far, they're both undefeated in league play. This will be the difference maker. Everybody having eyes on Indianapolis. The Big Ten champs will be backs against the wall. Whoever wins this game has the lead in the league and can make a huge statement come December. Guys?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. Deep in the end zone, it's Dobbs. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. The Wildcats offense will go on the attack first. And they've got the veteran, this senior quarterback, to guide the ship. Led his team to a win, throwing 4 touchdown passes the last time out.
And I tell you what, this QB, man, he has been the surprise of the season to start so far. Just ascending in play. Got his team in a good spot, playing at a really high level. Palmer, this might be a guy that we say, we might not have been talking about him preseason, but we're talking about him now.
Yeah, and we were talking to him this week before the game. He told us he had a bit of a chip on his shoulder coming into this season. He said, you know, not a lot of people were talking about me. Not a lot of people were giving me the attention that I really felt like I deserved. But I'm going to play, and I'm going to get people's attention. He's been doing that. This kid has been balling.
Tackled after a short gain. It'll be 2nd and 9. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They want to run it left here. He just carries it face long into a brick wall and has nothing to show for it again. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man down the middle. Oh, and what a move, what a juke, and he makes it past the marker.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. That's the junior offensive lineman that they're counting on. We hope he can return to play soon. Long way to go on 2nd down. The snap sets up the throw. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Wants to keep it in the air. Rushes on. He's sacked. This defense all over him. Northwestern will have to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. On the return. So UCLA's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Ncaa, and he's gotten himself right in the middle of the early Heisman race with his performance. They're backed up 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. Going to the stiff arm to create a little breathing room as he gets it out to the 12. And the Bruins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Hits inside, it's Riley. You think about the long list of great UCLA running backs. You know, people forget Jackie Robinson was a UCLA running back.
And Jackie also started safety for UCLA. He started both ways. Just think about how good of an athlete you have to be to do that. But the tradition, the uniforms, the Rose Bowl, everything about UCLA just smells good.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Going with the ground game left. He's dropped.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
And conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to be enough in this offense just to catch passes. You got to go execute your assignment. That corner should have been blocked, and they should have gotten a bigger gain on that outside run.
The Bruins have their offense in high gear. Here's Ncaa to throw. Left side, it's Johnson. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Scoreless as we head into the 2nd quarter. First play of the period will be a 2nd down. Wants to throw. It's Ncaa. Just a short pass to the tight end. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Well, it's a nice job by the tight end there. He's patient. He fights his way through all the traffic in the middle of the field, running that drag route, making it an easy completion for the quarterback.
Fires downfield. Nice play by the defense to jar that one loose. What a great job they've done in Big Ten play up to this point, and you see them now feeling as if they can accomplish something big.
No doubt, Reese, and I think it's a great start to the season. Like, again, you have goals and you have midpoints to the season where you're at right now. This is where you want them to be. You want them to be in the mix in one of the best conferences in all of college football, and Jesse, they're doing that in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they've been able to handle the stage and handle the pressure. With every win, that makes the next game that much bigger, and they've shown up on big stages on national television, and they've been able to deliver. This game, though, is the biggest yet. If they keep on the pace they're at, they're going to be playing for a Big Ten championship.
And I think this is starting to get really frustrating for this defense, man. This is a drive that they're putting play after play together. And you finally force the third down, and they get the first down again. And so starting to sub some bodies because they're getting a little bit tired. They've got to find a way to get a third down stop.
Hit and stopped right there. Not much on that pickup. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Riley.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football, look at right here, right up the gut, nice play, nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
And the Bruins will have it 1st and 10. Cuts it upfield, it's Riley.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
The Bruins had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. There he goes. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line.
A lot of times defenses blitz to stop the run. This very play right here, blitz the linebacker, but man, the offense did a great job. Everybody understood what they saw.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Iamaleava from the gun on 3rd down. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA!
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. From deep, it's Dobbs. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
From our gorgeous Orlando studios, it's the Week 5 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. First up, a look at Michigan in their matchup against the number 2 team, the Indiana Hoosiers. And it's the Wolverines with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And with that W, they get back above 500, 3-2 now on the season. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside Pac-12. Now back over to your game inside the historic Rose Bowl. Back and forth we've gone so far, and these numbers, it's funny, third down conversions don't always tell the story. Maybe staying out of those situations in the second half is the safest pathway to victory. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at the Rose Bowl.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Wildcats will boot it away to start the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. Holly, what's the story as we start this second half?
UCLA's head coach told me at the half, this is exactly what he expected from two undefeated teams, very closely matched opponents, and that's exactly how it played out in the first half. But he believes his team is better, and they can make some noise here to start the second half. I'll let you know on how things are developing here on his sideline as the game goes on. Back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Taking it the other way. And with the pick six. Touchdown, Northwestern.
And that is a critical error by the quarterback at a critical juncture of the game, right, David? This thing's already close, and it's the smallest mistake that could make the difference. That pick six certainly hurts his team, but there's a lot of football left, a lot of time left. You got to be resilient as a quarterback. You have to be able to turn the page and get back out and attack with confidence.
You made a mistake. Yeah, exactly right. We got to flush this. We got to move on. Obviously, the crowd goes nuts. The fans are all into it. The other side's energized. Now you got to go get your head together. Go watch the clip, see what happened. What did I do wrong? You got to get out there and go fix it because you still got a chance to win this ball game.
From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Finally stopped after a solid return out to the 32. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. They're all over it. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
Straight ahead, it's Riley. 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. This 3rd down a little longer after that penalty. Still looking. Takes a hit as he fires. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Under pressure. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Scooped it. Scored it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
There is nothing better than watching a big boy do what he was born to do. Ball on the turf. The big fella scoops it up, and Palmer, thank God he didn't have to go far.
You know what? The thing I love about this too, David, is he never quit on the play. He pursued it, showed great effort. He was Johnny on the spot, bounced right into his belly. They may want to put this guy on short yardage goal line because he has a nose for the end zone.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Here comes the UCLA offense onto the field to start this drive. This thing has sort of gotten away the last couple of possessions. They've been a little too generous, David.
Yeah, like a non-profit, man, like a charity, giving the football away too much. Got to take care of the football, Jesse. Otherwise, you got no shot to win this football game.
You're right, man. At this level of college football, it doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter who you're playing. If you're sloppy and you put the football on the ground or you throw picks, you're going to find yourself behind on the scoreboard.
It's picked off. The Heisman contender turns it over. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Great place to start for this offense. play of this drive. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. He got it. Beat down inbounds.
And this offense continues to have some success. And I'll tell you what, when it gets down to it and you need a play, they're starting to find this playmaker. You can tell the QB looks for him. That's 3 TDs now in 4 games, and I think they'll keep feeding the big fella.
Number 96, set to kick it off.
On the move from inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Let's go down to the sideline and Holly Rowe.
Here on the UCLA sideline, I can see the coaches imploring their team right now. This has to be a turning point. Turning it over on that last drive, it could get out of hand if they don't make something happen right now. You see the coaches and players coming together to...
Caught, and he's got room. Lowers those pads. And he goes out of bounds, but finally this passing game gets something going here as they try to rally. Cranking up a drive like that can really get you going. It's first down from the 44. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
Really nice looking throw there. And traditionally, the best UCLA offenses are always the ones that can get it done through the air. You've got to be able to come up with explosive plays in the passing game. And if this team is going to win a conference championship, they need this guy to play at his A-plus level week in and week out.
And the Bruins are in the hurry-up. He's changing the play. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Moving out to the right. He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Now the Wildcats call a timeout. It's their first. And that will leave them with just 2 timeouts to use the rest of the way. The Bruins have it with a first and goal. He is denied, and it'll be second and goal. Timeout on the field. Northwestern has called it. That's their second. And they'll have to be very judicious as they only have 1 timeout remaining. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And I think this is really the separators in good offense and great offense. Can you throw the football inside the 5-yard line with the tight windows? He can. Nice strike, nice catch, nice execution.
On the run from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. He'll do it himself. Turning it on. He's brought down at the 29 after a 10-yard gain. Now on first and 10 from the 29. Gives it. Pretty good job of running to get 2 there to the 32. After picking up a couple at second and 8. From the gun. Makes the catch. It's Brown. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. Running inside. It's McKenzie. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Lost 1 on that last one. It's second and 11. This time they'll throw it. Blasted as he lets it go. It's caught. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. Selling the run, but he wants to throw it. Right down the middle. In traffic, it's Brown. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Guys, we've come to the end of the period, and Northwestern has the lead here. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Finds his man on the RPO. And he's brought down after a nice game. The Wildcats, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Run in the red zone, it's McKenzie. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Out wide left, it's McKenzie. He'll go out of bounds, and he steps out right at the 8-yard line, and this offense is in business.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive. And you could see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Rush right in his face, and he avoids the sack.
That's a heads-up decision by the quarterback there. You want to throw a touchdown, but if it's not there, just throw it away, and now we got 3rd.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for the goal line. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. With that, the lead nice and comfortable, and they're cruising toward a 4-0 start.
This offense needed a big play, and that is the guy that they need to go to help create a spark on offense. Awesome job.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, here on the Bruins sideline, this defense has been the star of the show today. The offense has had their back against the wall, and now is the moment they've got to come alive. They are trailing in this game, and I can see them talking to each other before they take the field for this drive. Now is their moment. They feel it, and they're trying to get each other hyped up and ready to go for this possession. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. Look out! Left side is Grove.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Ncaa to the air again. He fires a bullet to the right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 2nd and long here. Changing the routes with his receiver. Ncaa looking down the middle. Out wide left, it's Grove. Touchdown, Bruins! Once he got a step, it was all over, right to the house.
Yards after catch. That's what this guy gives you. That was a simple slant pass. Caught it, made guys miss, showed you the speed, and it was pay dirt from there. What can you say about this guy's athleticism, man? He is such a weapon.
He'll bring it out. It's Dobbs. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see what Holly Rowe has for us on the sideline.
here on the sideline for Northwestern. There is a lot of excitement because this offense is outperforming a much higher-ranked team defensively. They know they've got an opportunity in this game with the lead and the ball, but they have got to play clean football right now. Right before they huddled up to take the field, the coaches are yelling, execute, execute. We'll see if they're able to make that happen and keep this lead. Nice.
Appreciate that, Holly. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Makes the grab. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's got it on the right. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Gonna look downfield again. Here comes the heat. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
How nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The clock stops as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the game. Northwestern will send out the punt team. That last howitzer was nice. How about another one just like it? Making his first move. Slips through the line. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. They'll start this drive at their own 48. All over him in the backfield. He'll lose 3 on the play.
You wonder about the mindset right now of the offensive coordinator, too, because they need points, and running the football just is not going to get it done. Early in the drive, late in the drive, I think you've got to be in attack mode right now throwing.
He's going to run it inside the 45. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Oh, pressure's coming. Left side is Riley. Open space at the 25. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock as the offense moves closer, trying to pull it out. In search of that tying touchdown. They've moved the chains a couple of times. It's 1st and 10 again. He's finally brought down, but he takes it all the way to the 6.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
And he's in! Touchdown, Bruins!
What a massive play by this offense. Man, you needed it. Great execution. Now kick the extra point, tie this football game up late, or do you go for 2? Do you go for the win? Do you try to take the lead? That is a you decision.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Dobbs. And the returner goes down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. The snap wants to start the drive with a pass. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Rushes on. Gets rid of it.
3rd and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. You better get rid of this one quick.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fellow right in the middle.
They booted away. Fields the punt. He's got great speed. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Now they need to pick up just a few more yards here to get within the kicker's range, David.
No doubt, Reese. We got to take care of the football, but we're trying to get as many yards as we can. Jesse, let's make this thing as easy as possible on our kicker.
You're right. And listen, you've got some time, too, so you don't got to panic here. Just pick the right play and go execute.
They'll need a bunch on second down. Making the adjustment on the play. Throwing, Iamaleava. This time he's got his man. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left. Third and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. Play fake. Nico Iamaleava. On target over the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. Right side, it's Cox. Touchdown, UCLA! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
That is just how the coach wants to draw it up. Take up all the clock, score the go-ahead touchdown. This one is all but over.
And they did tack on the extra point. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. They'll corral him and get him down at the 17-yard line on the return. So here they come. One last chance, and they've got to have a touchdown. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Here's a throw downfield late. Last pass falls incomplete, and that's going to do it. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.